Moon Knight episode 6 had just come out, and this time around, Mark Spector is now trapped in the land of the dead. He is now at peace, kind of, but after what happened with Steven in the last episode being turned to sand, he doesn't feel like it's right to just be in peace now. So he goes back to Steven, was able to free him, and they were able to go back to the land of the living. And now they're after Arthur Harrow, who had just unleashed this giant alligator monster who's out to eat everyone's souls. Now, Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Khonshu and Layla all have to team up together to stop Arthur from accomplishing his plans. And this episode concludes everything we've seen before and leaves one detail that has been built up kind of and been sprinkled throughout the series and just laid down that foundation for the next season very well. The final battle of this thing was just awesome. I loved the choreography. I loved the effects. I loved the use of color. Just the entire show as a whole, looking back on it now, is a lot more vivid and colorful than many of the other MCU films we've seen before, where they have kind of like a grayish color palette, though it is still a bit funny. There's still a bit of color. Here, the colors really pop out in this series, especially here in the final battle. It is a visual treat to look at. The characters of Mark and Steven and how their characters conclude, I thought was satisfying for their character arcs, and what they did with Layla at the end. I was worried that they were going to go one way about it, but they did something a lot more satisfying with the character for me and for the relationship between her and Mark and Steven, where it just made the final battle also a little bit endearing when they fight together. Khonshu is back. He is awesome. And there's a lot of things in this episode that I want to keep as spoiler-free as possible, but overall, it just concludes everything very well. Maybe it's not the best conclusion I have ever seen, but out of all the finales from the Disney Plus shows, I say this is the second best behind the Loki finale. But definitely way better than the finales for Hawkeye, WandaVision, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This felt a lot more right for the characters this time, and overall, my experience with the show is that it's gone better over time. I still think the last episode is my favorite. This is kind of a little bit of a downgrade, but still, I had a really good time. The action was great. The characters and storylines I thought were amazing. It did not ruin the entire series that we have seen for the past few weeks. In fact, it builds upon what we've known and leaves a hook for the next season that I'm very interested to see explored. And for that, I'm going to give Moon Knight an A. This is a great series. I very much enjoyed it, and you should definitely check it out if you have not seen it. It's a good time to binge it now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.